Hello, my beautiful, vibrant energies. I'm Vibrant V, and welcome to the channel. Okay, guys, so today we're going to do a reading for Virgo. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Whether you are Virgo, whether that's placed in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, etc., babies, or you are a cross watcher, you're more than welcome, honeys. Please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? Do not force it to fit, honeys. All right, so Virgo, I do have some channeled messages for you. I'm going to pull the cards as I read those, okay? So some of you guys could have like a facial feature that's slightly different, right? Or it's more like a birthmark, okay? There's something here that stands out, it's slightly different. I don't understand the relevance here. It just kind of came up. So if you guys are feeling a little insecure or concerned about that, I probably wouldn't worry about it, my darlings. It's probably just time to embrace yourself, okay? Some of you guys, there is some kind of something from childhood or someone from childhood, as in from your past. Doesn't need to be childhood, but something from your past. If it's not childhood wounds coming to show themselves up, right? It could be, for some of you guys, more precisely to do with a pastor, a sister, brethren, whatever. So some of you guys maybe used to go to church, or you know people from the church environment. Now it doesn't need to be church specifically, but any religious organization where they're quite devout and they do what they do. So some of you guys, maybe you've dealt with people like that from your past. There's something about that possibly coming back up for some of you, but I don't see you guys being at the same place or being agreeable in the ways that you used to be, okay? I do feel like there's some kind of resentment towards someone. I don't know if that's you resenting them or them resenting you. There's something here, darlings. There's some kind of challenge in that connection. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say on that. Someone might be using you as well to get to someone else. So it feels like a middleman type energy. Some of you guys, maybe you're trying to help somebody with something, in relation to their own circumstances. So you're just kind of like the middleman who's going to share some information to the next person that they might be dealing with. There might be some challenges. Okay, so for example, right, some of you guys, maybe there's some kind of scenario where, let's say, very vaguely, very rarely, not likely to happen, but just go with the example of that. So let's say you've got somebody who's connected to a church organization or some kind of organization where they, these organizations love to have control over people, right? Let's not pretend. So there's something about the control level that might not be working out for the person that you know. And so your whole thing is, this person might be inviting you to come and step in the middle for them to kind of attend some kind of meeting where you speak to the pastor on their behalf or with them, just to kind of, do you see what I mean? Like it gives that kind of energy. If not, it's just a mediation type energy. It's an energy of being the go-between for other people. If not, maybe you might have someone who's trying to be the go-between for you, okay? Trying to help you with some kind of scenario here. Also, the middleman kind of reminds me of when you're doing like investment portfolios and things like that. So there could just be like an organization that sits in the middle of you, to help support. Some of you guys might be investing coming up. And so you're trying to maybe research the best organizations to attach yourself to so that you can get the best outcomes, something like that, okay? Be mindful how you invest, my darlings. Obviously, do your research and everything else. Some of you, you could be questioning. Okay. So some of you, the childhood thing that might be coming up for you guys is more about why you feel the need to have validation or to receive or to get validation from certain people around you. There's something here. So if it's not you, obviously switch the energies, but so there's an energy of needing some kind of validation, but there's a question around that validation. It's kind of like, why do I feel the way that I do? So some of you guys could just be going through a period of revelation, understanding yourself and like, okay, I behave and I respond to certain things in this particular manner. What does that say about me? How does that reflect on me? Where did I get that from? What is the root cause? I love that for you here, Virgo. That's really beautiful. If it's you. If not, somebody else needs to kind of do that. I do think it might be you potentially, or there's something about your energy that might encourage someone else to do that, because there's something about your ability to self-analyze and for self-awareness that is quite attractive. But there is there's a situation where people just don't know how to handle you, Virgo, because you have a strong sense of self-awareness. There's something about you where You know, you take time to reflect, you question yourself, you understand that you carry traumas and challenges from childhood or, you know, from your past or whatever that might look like. And instead of just lashing out or acting egotistic or just doing whatever you fancy, I feel you're the type who reflects on where these wounds, traumas, or triggers come from. And as a result, you know how to conduct yourself more, you know, in the more present energy. There are people around you, Virgo, who don't know how to do this. And I think there's an intimidation or something that gets them, you know, gets their back up a little bit in the way that you choose to express that. Okay, or the way that you present yourself, because you have an ability to self-heal. You have understanding. You might not be the type who expresses that to other people and share with them what it is that you're doing and what you understand about yourself, what you've discovered. So naturally, it's gonna make them feel a little bit distant or separated from you, my darlings. Okay. So yes, for some of you that's relevant. Some of you guys, there's a seafood vibe going on. I don't know if it's a seafood boil, broil, whatever it is. But there's crabs involved, okay? So if you're anything like me, maybe you're just craving for some crabs. Oh my gosh. Some seafood, yes. But crabs specifically, because it tastes so delicious. Lobster's overrated, my darlings. Let's not pretend. Any of you guys who... I'm not here... Yeah, let me not throw shade at you, but all those who know what flavor is, you know that a crab is sweeter than a lobster. Those of you who agree that it's crab that's better than lobster, please just write crab in the comments for me. So I know I'm not the only one. You can tell me what type of crab you like. I really don't mind, but I know crab is better than lobster. I'm a seafood lover. I know. Or at least from my perspective and opinion. Okay. So yeah, something about that. Maybe it's a buffet, food tasting, spicy food, something like that. But it feels very cultural or very ethnic. So I don't know. For some of you guys, if there's like a... No, I don't know. I'm so sorry. It's just a word terminology I use. So for example, I have been watching... Asian cooking. I've been YouTube has been recommending a lot of like Asian cooking to me. And there's a thing where they do like this, what is it they do with crab? And I say I don't know if you're from that part of the country, the world, where it's like, what is it? Fermented? I want to say where it's kind of like, it's raw crab that's seasoned and then put in the fridge and then you eat it. Like, okay, you know, people who grew up with that seem to love it, and I love crab, so I'm intrigued, but my soul somehow cannot bring me to eat raw crab. There's a thing about it. I just can't, boo. Smoked salmon as far as I'm willing to go. So yeah, I don't know why it's relevant for some of you guys. Maybe you're just watching food programs like I'd like to. Some of you guys, you could be buying new equipment for whatever that you're interested in, whether that's to do with your music, some kind of artistry. So whether it's music, poetry, whatever it's looking like for you. Maybe you're an actual actor or whatever it is. There's some kind of situation around lighting, whatever, or it's the sound on the set, something like that, right? If you're anything like me, you realize that you might need to finally get a microphone for your readings because the sound quality is so poor, it's annoying, right? So yeah, you guys bear with me if you're doing that. Some of you, it could just be that you go into a play, you're watching a musical, it could be a ballet, or maybe you are somebody who does ballet, maybe you're into dancing or something, okay? But I'm getting also like a cultural vibe as well. So whatever that means to some of you guys, it could be an energy of, it may not just even be cultural, it could be, you know, when you join drum circles and you just kind of, you dance freely and you just kind of go with the rhythm of the music and just like let yourself go and stuff like that. I'm not sure what that's called, but yeah, maybe some of you guys are doing that. Love that type of stuff. Just release, guys, just flow and throw yourself around and flow with the music. Okay, right. All right, so looking at the cards, we have the Ace of Wands, we've got the Strength card, Leo energy, and then the Queen of Pentacles, the Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Okay, so Virgo, this could speak of you, my darlings, if we are saying that. Some of you guys could be feeling a little bit more empowered, or you're gaining confidence in yourself and your own abilities to manifest what you actually desire, as in, how to explain it? Because the Queen of Pentacles, she's the type of person who, once she sets her mind to think, she's going to achieve it, basically, in the way of having the physical, I don't know if it's product, items, whatever it looks like, it's resources, it's tangible in this life, right? So whatever that looks like for the Queen of Pentacles, so it could be, let's say, excuse me, okay, I was gonna give a random example of buying like a shirt or a top, something, you know, do you know what I mean? But that's not it. That's not gonna, no. For some of you guys, based on the fact that I was talking about the microphone and the music element or something like that, so it could be something where you're buying equipment, all right? Some of you guys could be kind of in two minds about how to go about getting it, you know, whether or not now is the right time for it, perhaps, right? You could be questioning certain things around that. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to make that choice and decision because you realize it's something that you need to kind of progress yourself or push yourself or go forward in whatever endeavors that you're committed to, okay? We do have the Fool, the Six of Swords. So the Fool is that Aries energy. We've got the Six of Swords, and then we've got the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right. This is also giving me the energy of, it's giving me a very, I don't know, I'm also getting like a mercurial energy here. So some of you guys, unless it's in your, you may be, excuse me, you may have water, I'm sorry, air. I wanted to say water, so maybe it's water instead. I don't know. But I wanted to say the Mercury. Check out your Mercury if it's one of these signs, okay? If not, you might be dealing with somebody who might have that in their chart somewhere. More so, we're looking at the Mercury element, okay? So the way that someone communicates could be a little bit more cold or a little bit more aloof or a little bit more, it's not as warm as a Queen of Pentacles is, for example, right? So let's say we have these two people connecting with one another. You've got this King of Swords. He looks a little bit more crafty, like he's out for himself. He's trying to scheme and conniving a little bit, right? Not necessarily saying that is the situation. I'm just saying based on this individual here. He looks like one of those sword buckling, you know, you could see him on a pirate ship causing problems and chaos. He's giving me that Lion King scar kind of energy, right? A little bit here. Just go with me on this, my darlings. Whereas you'd have someone here who's a bit more nurturing, loving, who's a bit more calm and more, the temperament is a little bit easier to swallow. Does that make sense? Like you can manage and be around this person a little bit easier. So Virgo, I feel like this is probably more you, but you also have an element or a flip side to you where you will tell a person of what you think and feel, and you won't mince your words, right? So as long as you're doing that from a perspective of where it's actual truth, my darlings, and you're being rational and fair, we have no problems here. That's all I'm saying, okay? Now be careful because you could be in a very strong earth sign energy coupled with that air sign energy coming up, my darlings, honey. Then it gives people some kind of issues and challenges because not only will you be grounded, you're also going to be a force to be reckoned with in the way that you communicate or stand your ground in relation to something or someone. Ooh, okay. Some of you guys, I see you here as being like a strength to other people. You are like, all right, I was going to say a wish fulfilled, but I didn't mean it like that. What I really meant, like, you know when somebody fantasizes and wishes, right, Virgo? But it's almost as if you are that thing that they desire, but they just don't know how to. There's an insecurity about how to approach. There's a lack of confidence. It's not very strong. Or maybe this person's trying to build up that confidence, okay? To come towards you, to move towards you, to move in your direction, to kind of maybe express what they're thinking and feeling or what their intentions are, what their actions are towards you. This person could be, they could be a Leo, or they could have Leo in their chart, but it's more about, it's giving me a sense of taming that beast. So you might have someone around you who I feel as though you might, there's a sense of power and strength about you, Virgo, where knowing your strength, knowing your confidence of resting and standing in that could drive people away from you. The people who are kind of in their low vibrational energy where they're dealing with more, like maybe the dark side of themselves, I feel as though this person doesn't know how to, no, it's not that they don't know. Something about you tames them. Something about you humbles them. Something about you calms them at the same time. You are like a saving grace, a healing spirit, a healing energy. Something about you really just kind of, you know when a dog is acting crazy or wild or rabid or whatever it is, but you've got those dog whisperer type people who like any kind of an animal that they face, they're not afraid. It's nothing like that. It's kind of like if you train this animal how to behave, they will know how to conduct themselves. That's kind of the energy that I feel here. But your intention, your motive behind it feels very pure. It feels more like I have no malice towards you or ill intent towards whatever the scenario might be. But I will speak my truth and I will say what it is that I think and feel. And it will have that person feeling a little bit more humble, a little bit more possibly humiliated. I don't know, you know. But this is not a person who I think will be showing you that they're easily humiliated. I think it's an energy of they're gonna act stronger than they are. They could even be a little bit boorish or a little bit aggressive or a little bit something in the energy that you feel from them, Virgo. Now, listen, one thing about us on this channel is that we are intuitive, we're empathic, we are spiritually guided when we trust our intuition, right? Or at least we're learning to if we're not already, Virgo, right? So there's something about you that understands the true nature, the base nature of somebody around you who feels very kind of aggressive and boorish. This is the best way I can explain that. You're feeling, I feel, inclined to move away from this person, but there's an element of you. It's kind of like there's something that you have observed why you feel the need to behave that way. There is something about you that's sensing, feeling, but it's also logical, you know? So it's not just your intuition that's being guided. There's something that you are aware of, that you are observing, and I don't know if you'll speak on it, but yeah. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups. So yeah, it's kind of to do with a message more than anything, all right? Like someone's hopeful towards you, babes. I think they see you as a person who can be loyal, who has a sense of loyalty, but you can also flip that switch, my darlings. There's something about you where you come across kind of maybe docile, like, you know, one of those, you know, like a retriever or a golden retriever. Or, I don't know. I'm just throwing out names of dogs. I don't really know anything too deep about them. But you know, the dogs who are like, yeah, well, dogs in general, man's best friend, very loyal, committed, you know, that type of energy. But at the same time, Virgo, you're not necessarily the easiest of people. Like, I do feel you might be the type of person who, yes, you might be loyal, you have a strong sense of loyalty, but you're also the type of person who's going to confidently say, you know, not say, sorry, you're going to share your opinions in a confident kind of a way. Or there's something about you where you just got to say what you feel. It's just that simple. Sorry, I'm trying to make it more long and intricate than it needs to be. Okay, right. And then the Four of Swords. Okay, fab. Right, so the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Oh, Ten of Cups, Queen of Swords, and then we have the, forget the order, my darlings, I'm just showing you the cards. And then the Nine of Swords. Okay. So somebody here, Virgo, I hear was excited about spending some time with you, some kind of message of communication, or because it was really hopeful. Effectively, there's something about a potential new beginning that could have been creating a sense of oh no, hold on. Inspiration. There was like a new beginning or an inspiring new beginning. More so, I feel like it was a hopeful new beginning, right? It was a hopeful form of communication, or somebody had their hopes up. It was quite high, to be fair, right? It could be high hopes in relation to building a future together, a family, or just having the ultimate happiness. So Virgo, somebody here, I think you're aware of this, right? You might receive some kind of communication about this as well. Communication could be quite what's the word? Quite fast, or direct is the best way I want to explain that. But it's as if this person was hopeful or is hopeful for having a good time with you. It's really as simple as that. Alternatively, this person wants to build a family with you. Some of you guys, I mentioned something about a cultural thing, or maybe I didn't. I did about the food that I see online. Yeah. So look at these people in this card, right? So there could be something here. Maybe you guys are culturally different. Maybe you're racially different. There's something here. There's some kind of difference between the two of you guys, if it helps you identify a little bit easier what's happening here. But it's not, it's a connection that has great potential, right? Because look at the Ten of Cups. They have children together. It's not just the two of them. So I think somebody was hoping for something like a bigger potential with you, my darlings. But with the Queen of Swords, babes, you could have been kind of boorish. You could have put an end or a stop to something where you have said, listen, I know your intentions. I know what it is that you're trying to do or what you want with me, but that's not where I'm at right now. I'm trying to work. I'm heading towards things that, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what your words would be here, my darlings. I'm not going to fill that in for you. But whatever it is, right? So it's kind of like you put an end to it, or you're being so straightforward. I feel as though it might have somebody worried and concerned, like wanting to bury their heads, like, oh my God, I can't believe Virgo said this to me. Like that type of energy. Vex, I don't even know what's going on. And the Four of Swords, some of you guys, okay, or maybe someone is doing this to you, my darling. So as much as you might speak your truth, excuse me, God, I'm salivating here because all the words are coming out. Because yeah, the Queen of Swords is that air sign I was talking about over here with this King of Swords. So we do also have a couple here. So I don't know, you guys could be like quite a force or a match, right? But something about the situation here is going to end up, you know, with you feeling kind of concerned, possibly about your own actions and the things that you may or may not have said or will be doing. Oh dear. Oh God. All right. So coming up for some of you guys, I'm gonna just end this reading. It's gonna be some kind of challenge of. There's gonna be some kind of challenge, right? Where I feel that you're more warm-hearted, or you know, after speaking your truth and things like that, it's kind of easy for you. You've said your piece. You move on. Like you're not one of those. I don't know. In this particular reading, or at least the Virgo's connecting with this reading, I'd say you don't harbor this. You don't hold on to it strongly and deeply in any kind of resentful way. You say you say what it is that you want or mean or intend. It gets kind of, there's some kind of concern around here between you and or someone else, but I think the concern comes from you might even offer a gesture of peace, or there's like a peace offering or some kind of something is going to be offered here, but somebody else is going to feel a little bit combative or ready to fight against you. There's something here where you don't see eye to eye. How many cards of fighting must we see? Look at this. You've already got him. He's ready for a fight. And against who? Absolutely no one. Just a punching bag. So maybe someone, I don't know, someone sees you as a punching bag and that they want to kind of get their hits off on you. Like, hello, no, we don't have time. But either way, so the Seven of Wands coupling with that. And then the Five of Wands. So it's kind of like almost, maybe some of you guys could also be speaking up for yourselves and speaking up about, you know, where you're at, what you want. Could be in relation to a contract, an agreement, with the Two of Cups being here. But with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, you don't have passion for this thing. You don't have passion. There's someone else here. There's someone else involved here, my darlings, and you don't have passion towards it or them. Maybe that's where the conflict is coming from. Right. Anyways, your energy is magnetic, is vibrant and magnetic. And another quick card is if things change, it's because it needed to. And then you've got go at your own pace. Your timeline is different from theirs. Bottom of the deck, we have I'm attracting abundance. Yeah. So Virgo, it doesn't feel like you need to concern yourself with whatever is going on over here. I don't think it's a cause for concern. It feels strong, mature, and like what's the term? I don't know. I think you're just intuitively guided to not put up with, I don't know, maybe insecure people or something like this. There's something here. It just feels like like this to me. Okay, so whatever that means to you, Virgos, I don't want to read too much into your stories. But yes, my darlings, if anything resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Bye.